Do you have difficulties to make eye contact with people? Well, if that's the case, you're not alone. It's something that many people struggle with. In this video, we will see how you can train yourself to get used to it until you don't really think about it anymore. And if you wonder whether it's important or not, well, the bad news here, it is important because this is something that enables trust. And in fact, if you talk with people who are actively avoiding looking in your eyes, you feel that something is off. But don't worry, we will see how to do that. Before we start, my name is Jeff. I used to be an extremely shy and introverted software engineer until I couldn't bear it anymore and I decided to overcome it at all costs. And today I'm a public speaking coach, I'm an entrepreneur and the author of The Extrovert Switch, an action manual to overcome social anxiety and develop unstoppable courage. You're not alone. What happens when you look into someone's eyes? Normally you start to feel a rush of pressure in your body, you start to become tense, you might lose a little bit of mental abilities, and you might have the urge of looking away. If this is a description of what you live when you try to look people in the eyes, this is exactly what we are talking about. How do you train for it? It's like everything else in the domain of soft skills, and even in the domain of life, you train for it gradually. You don't start one day, decided that from now on you're doing eye contact all the time and you open your eyes big and you look people in their eyes without blinking and with making big eyes. That's not how it works. Fortunately, it would be weird. Rather, the way to do it is to go step by step, which means start with very short amounts of time looking people in the eyes. What I suggest is to really look them in the eyes. Don't use tricks like looking at the forehead, looking at the nose or things like that. Just look in the eyes, and when you feel the discomfort, when you feel the pressure that's coming in your body, don't try to make it go away. Because that's why you struggle. It's because once this pressure and this sensation shows up in your body, you try to remove it. And how do you remove it? Well, by looking away, by avoiding, by maybe not even talking with people. Instead, when the pressure shows up, just notice and make it space. That's the entire strategy. Make space to the discomfort, accept to feel discomfort, and accept that it's fine. We all face discomfort in some situations. For some people, yes, it's stronger. Yes, that's why you struggle with eye contact. There is a reason, but we don't have to know why. Could be genetic, could be your experience, could be anything. That makes it harder for you. But the good news is that since it's harder for you, once you know how to do it, once you're trained to do it, you will get a proportional amount of confidence. Because you will have the knowledge that you could do something hard, and this is what is the foundation, the basis to grow confidence and courage. For your first step, you want to train in an easy way, meaning that it has to be situations that you can easily create in your life in order to train. So, for example, groceries. If you go to the groceries, instead of doing the automatic cashier and looking the camera of the machine in your eye, just go to a regular cashier and just try to make eye contact for 2 or 3 seconds. Not more, doesn't matter, but at least enough so that you feel the pressure and you have a little bit of time of living and experiencing this pressure without breaking the contact. And usually at start, it's 2 or 3 seconds is enough. So you look at the eyes, you count 1, 2, 3, without saying anything. And once it's done, you just look away and then you do something else. Doesn't matter what you do. You can talk, you cannot talk, you can look in the eyes again, you cannot look in the eyes again. It doesn't matter. Your only challenge is to do this short amount of exposure where you are willing to face the discomfort. That's important. You have to face discomfort. If you do the challenge and you don't face the discomfort, it means 3 seconds, it's not enough. And then gradually you build up, which means that you might do it 2 or 3 seconds a few times with different people in different situations until it starts to feel a little bit better, which it will, because every time you face something hard, willingly, you feel great afterward. It's like a challenge. You do something hard, you get rewarded by your body because you're a hero. Only heroes do hard stuff. And this is the same thing that I've put in my book, The Extrovert Switch, facing discomfort willingly in order to go from shy to doing incredible things like performing on stage, public speaking, making presentations, etc. By the way, you will find more information in the description if you want to get the book. And after, what do you do after, once you are more comfortable doing those short amounts of eye contact? Well, you just increase. The goal, the end goal, you know you will be there once you can just talk with someone, look at them in the eyes and just be, just look in the eyes and move a little bit and you will feel normal. You will even feel a sense of flow, which happens once you overcome this stress that shows up in your body. You will feel at ease and you will not think about it anymore. At that time, you're there, congratulations. But it requires a little bit of time. Most likely you will do it at the beginning, then it will get better, and then you will lose it a little bit, and then you will get it back. Because unfortunately in this domain, whatever you gain is not gained forever. Usually you will have moments where you feel better, and then worse, and then better, until you finally are able to do it even when you don't feel great, which is the end goal. You will always have days where you feel low, and the goal is that at some point you will be able to do eye contact just like that without thinking about it, even in your low days. But again, it might take time, and I can't tell you how much time it will take because this depends on so many factors. Something else, very important. Once you train to do eye contact, even if you start to do longer eye contact, there are always times when you want to break it. And that's normal. The idea is not to look at the other person in your eyes at all time. It will feel weird. It will feel awkward. So if you start to feel that maybe it's too much, just break it and it's fine. Don't worry, you cannot hurt the other person by making eye contact. If they feel discomfort, they will break it themselves. If you do it too much, they will break it themselves. Don't overthink. When you're training, you shouldn't worry about doing it too much, but more about doing it too little, because that's the reason you are watching this video, right? It's because you don't do it too much. And it's something that happens a lot. People start to train and then they wonder if they do it too much. And they started to feel more confident, but the fact that they ask themselves, am I doing it too much? Makes it hard again. So this is a trap. If you know about it, you will not fall into it, but you better know about it. You will also notice that making eye contact with certain types of people might be harder than with others. If it's someone you feel attracted to, or someone who's higher than you in the hierarchy, it might feel harder, though it's the same, but you might want to train with easy people and with hard people as well. Because you don't want, in the end, to be able to maintain eye contact only with people where you feel comfortable, but every time there are more stakes, you don't. Remember that it's exactly the same training with easy and hard people. It's the same sensation in your body. That's not different. So you have to be willing to face this discomfort and willing to accept it, that it's here and that it's okay. That you can act while feeling discomfort. I suggest that you start today, because if you watch this video now and you think, okay, I will try next week, you're probably not gonna do it. The most effective thing is to do it right now. So what I suggest now, first you subscribe to first you like and you subscribe to the channel to get more tips. And then you go out, you buy groceries, or you go into any situation where you talk with someone and you just focus on the first 2 or 3 seconds to make eye contact. At least stay a little bit feeling discomfort and then break it. And that's your challenge for today. And then tomorrow you can do it a little bit longer or the same. If it's still as difficult, just the same. But as soon as it starts to become a little bit easier, just add a little bit of spices. I wish you a super day. See you next time. Bye bye.